Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So 33-year-old Ohio resident Cody Tippett traveled to D.C. with a friend, and following Donald Trump's speech at the Ellipse, they headed over to the Capitol. Tippett made his way toward the front of the police line. He was standing watching as other members of the mob were attacking the police. And eventually, Trump's terrorists broke through several police lines. As we all know, they ascended the stairs that led to the Upper West Terrace, which is the entry level of the Capitol building. Again, Tippett stood by. He was watching as others shattered windows as they climbed into the building and busted the Senate wing doors open from the inside. And then Tippett and his friend entered through those doors just 4 minutes after that initial breach. They followed the mob over to the Capitol crypt, and he found a sign on the ground that said closed. And Tippett picked it up. He was waving it around, holding it above his head. He was smiling, and other people in the mob were taking pictures of him. He was like posing with it. So after the mob forced their way past the officers in the crypt, Tippett followed a bunch of people to the visitor center, and he helped them to block the roll-down doors. You guys might remember the video of all of this going down. The police tried to flee the area, and basically the photos and the videos show that, there's these metal doors that roll down from the ceiling to block off certain areas of the Capitol. So the police were trying to roll them down, secure them, so people couldn't get further into the building. And a bunch of Trump's terrorists were placing items underneath these doors and then throwing things at the police to try to prevent them from sealing this hallway. So Tippett was seen placing a chair under the roll-down door, and then he walked through the opening. He hung out in this area for a while, and then he backtracked and he exited the Capitol. So he was inside for about 34 minutes. But Tippett and his friend stayed on the Capitol grounds after that. They were still on the restricted area of the Capitol grounds. They were there for about another hour, and they were chanting with the rest of the mob. They were watching as people continued to assault the police. Eventually, Tippett's friend was hit with pepper spray, and so that's when they finally decided, I think we're going to take off. So shortly after leaving the Capitol grounds, Tippett posted on Facebook, and he shared some photos clearly taken inside the building. And in one of the photos, it showed Tippett and his friend inside a room or an office inside the building. So Tippett was arrested on June 29th of 2023, and he was charged with entering a restricted building or grounds, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, and parading or demonstrating in a Capitol building. Tippett agreed to an FBI interview following his arrest, and he admitted being at the Capitol to, quote, make his voice heard in relation to election fraud. He also admitted seeing the police using crowd control measures and the mob pushing against the police. And Tippett said he witnessed, quote, multiple violent encounters and people, quote, throwing objects at the police. But then Tippett started to lie. He told the police, or the FBI, that the police opened the doors to the Capitol building and let people in. Not sustained by evidence, not backed up by evidence. I would question, is that why your fellow Hatriots broke the windows? Seems odd that they would bust open windows and break down the doors if the doors were already open. Right? So Tippett also denied picking up the close sign. He denied placing a chair under the roll-down door. As usual, also, Tippett tried to paint himself as some sort of hero. He said he was picking up trash at the Capitol. That also is not borne out by the evidence. And according to the prosecutor, Tippett just did no such thing. So in December of 2023, Tippett pleaded guilty to 2 misdemeanors: disorderly conduct on Capitol grounds and parading in a Capitol building. So Tippett was looking at up to 6 months in prison, 5 years of probation, and $5,000 in fines for each of those crimes. But the prosecutor requested only 45 days behind bars, 3 years of probation, 60 hours of community service, and $500 in restitution. Pretty weak considering his criminal history. Here we go. In 2014, Tippett was convicted and served 18 months in jail for conspiracy to distribute and possess with intent to distribute oxycodone. He also has 6 misdemeanor convictions for driving under the influence, driving with a suspended or revoked license, disorderly conduct, also violating a protective order, and obstructing official business. The prosecutor says the disorderly conduct conviction had been downgraded from the original charge, which was assault. Evidently, Tippett hit someone, and then he also assaulted his wife. And that's why she had the protection order. So as I always say, we don't have to wonder why some of these people support Trump. Anyway, U.S. District Judge Christopher Cooper presided over Tippett's case, and he ended up sentencing Tippett to only 30 days in prison, 3 years of probation, and $500 in restitution. Not nearly enough, in my opinion, given his rap sheet, but something tells me we're going to be hearing more about this guy in the future. I just can't put my finger on it. Maybe the violence, maybe the, failure to follow the law. I don't know. All right. I will let you all know if I hear any more. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.